Thanks, Tom. Thad, congratulations. I know this has been a crazy couple of days for you since the announcement was made. Now that it is official, how are you feeling to be here at Target Field?
I'm ecstatic. I mean, the Twins family is exceptional. You read all about it, but actually to touch and feel it, it's exceptional. I mean, they've been so welcoming me from the top on down, from the Pollad family to literally every person I've met here. It feels like a special place. It feels like your family almost immediately, and it looks like the type of place I'd love to spend the rest of my career.
This structure, with having you and Derek both here, is something very different from this organization, different for these fans. How do you anticipate that relationship playing out? What will fans see as far as you two working together to make the decisions with this team?
I think if we're doing our jobs to the best of our ability, we're almost interchangeable. So whatever is most urgent that day, both of us would be able to handle that with the same level of professionalism, care, diplomacy as the next guy. So I'm hopeful that the fans will get to know each of us individually and understand there's a lot of similarities. We bring a little bit of a different skill set to the job, but we're both going to be capable of handling most of what this job has to offer.
There might be some Twins fans who are a little bit used to the old school way of thinking. You guys bring a lot to the table as far as analytics. We heard you guys talk a lot about it. What do you want fans to know as far as why that can be beneficial? You know, why should they get on board with the different approach that you guys are going to take?
I think a lot of people talk about analytics, but I think Derek and I talked the other night for 45 minutes, like, what's the next wave? I think it's all about making the best decisions you possibly can and having the resources to make those decisions. So whether it's talent evaluation, analytics, sports science, health and well-being, sleep studies, like, we're going to leave no stone unturned to make those decisions. So I think analytics will play a meaningful role, but so too will all those other facets, and we'll be constantly pushing our staff to come up with what's the next thing that's going to impact decision making. We feel like we owe that to the fan base. We want to make the best decisions we possibly can.
You come into a situation with a manager already in place. Paul Molitor is a guy we all know what he brings to the table, but he's coming off a very tough year. What was it about him and the fact that you did already have him in place that excites you about what you guys might be able to do together?
I think anytime you look at these opportunities, you really look closely at the owner, you look closely at the manager, you look closely at the leader on the business side. I think we see in that group of people stability. We see people who are thirsting to be champions. And, you know, there's what happened last year is not any one person's responsibility. We're all going to shoulder the load together. So we don't look at that as a Paul Molitor issue. We look at that as something, it's a real opportunity for growth, and he's part of the solution.
When you look at what happened last year, a lot of people would maybe look to you and be like, okay, you're walking into a very difficult situation. Why are you not intimidated by what happened last year and what you might be able to do to turn things around?
Because my sister was very difficult on me when I was growing up. So no, you know, because we've been through this. I think, you know, Derek's been through a process where he built a championship organization from the ground up. I was blessed to be involved in that in Texas as well. So I think we look at that as a sheer opportunity, not as something that's daunting to us. It's limitless what we can accomplish here. This organization has won world championships before. We want to build it back to prominence, but the prospect of building and going through that process is invigorating to us, if anything.
So what is the first thing you want fans to know and want them to have faith in as far as what they might see first year under this new leadership structure?
I think the fact that the ownership group has told us that they're willing to invest in the infrastructure is something we're really focused on. It's not something that will show up tomorrow for our fan base, but I assure you it will enhance our decision-making process, because I think we will have access to the most forward-thinking resources in the game that will impact our decision-making over a time horizon, and that starts today.
I asked Derek the same question. Now that we've talked so much about baseball and what you bring to the table, what else is there to know about Thad outside of the life of baseball?
You know, I'm a huge family guy. So my wife Claudette, my 3 children, Greta, Quinn, and Tess, they're my life right now. So every minute I'm away from the ballpark, I try to invest with them, try to be as best father and husband that I can be, and get involved in all their fun activities. So I'm ecstatic at the prospect of them coming up here and starting to expand their lives, but I can't wait for that day either. It's coming soon enough.
Do you like snow?
You know, I do, and my children, having grown up in Texas, haven't seen much of it, so they're ecstatic about it. I don't know if they know what they're getting themselves into, but so far so good. They're really excited about the prospect of having a winter.
Well, I'm sure they will enjoy it, and I'm sure fans will enjoy having you here. Congratulations on the new opportunity. We look forward to next season.
Thank you so much.
Tom?